We're gonna talk about that. I'll tell you to go like my shit right now.
You better like my shit.
You better like my shit.
You better lick my shit.
What's going on? Are we on? Oh, we're on. Oh, I was gonna play music, but there's music. It's my new thing is trying to start the podcast music, but I'm so technologically retarded that I don't know how to do it. Woo! Oh, what's up, guys? This is Datefails. I'm Kate Quigley. I'm so pumped because I got my boy here today. Dude, I've wanted to have you on the show forever.
For real?
Also, just hang out.
For real?
I just want to stare at you.
For real? I just want to stare at you.
I just want to stare at you. This is going to be a really boring episode of Date Fails because I have Jamar Neighbors here, and we're just going to stare at each other.
Yes.
So there's going to be nothing else that happens.
Boring for you.
Yeah, if you're listening, Jamar is going to be taking off his clothes, and if you can't see the podcast, you're really missing out because this man... Dude, first of all, you're blowing up right now. You're on the roast battle.
Yeah.
Comedy Central. Mm-hmm. How's that going?
Fucking fantastic. It's a dream come true. I just get to act like a clown. It feels like I'm actually just living out my dream of just running away to join the circus.
You really are.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so cool. Where are you from? I don't know much. I was like excited to have you here because I feel like you're one of those people that I see around all the time in comedy, and we've been like pals and we text a little bit and we flirt a little bit, but I never really got to like know you.
Well, here it is.
It's like our first date, Jamar. That's what this is. By the way, are you single?
Who listens to this? Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Oh.
Shit.
All right, well, let's just back this shit up.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Compton, born and raised. Bumpton, shout out to YG.
I didn't know that. You grew up here?
Yeah, I'm from here, born and raised. Yep, Compton. But I moved around like the hoods of LA.
You're from all the hoods?
But I'm not a gangsta ass nigga, but I can say all this, right?
You can say whatever you want.
Oh, cool. I ain't a gangsta ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I grew up around these, you know the mean streets of LA, man. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time on the mean streets. I don't know if you can tell.
Where are you from, Kate?
I'm from Ohio.
Oh, that's right.
I grew up in Canton.
What's that like?
It's like it's just like a small suburb, kind of. It'd be like growing up in like a Glendale, sort of, but not quite as nice. That's a horrible, probably. I just described it.
Bitch had money.
It's just like, yeah, we had a lot of money. No, I'm kidding. No, I was so poor growing up. My parents, we lived, this is the thing.
How poor were you, Kate?
Well, okay, poor is relative, all right? So we lived in a nice area, but my parents were married and my dad made money. And then my parents divorced and my dad was like, I hate my job, I quit. And he just up and quit his job. So we pretty much, it was my mom and 3 kids living in like a great area, but with no money. Yeah. So everyone started giving us, like, I had to wear like, I was so embarrassing because I was always wearing like people's old clothes that were like 3 years old to school and stuff. I was really like the biggest loser.
Yeah. So you weren't like the popular kid in high school? No, not at all. In high school, no. It's crazy that like I don't know. I feel like rarely, like, does the very popular kid become the.
It's true.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I know a few of the popular kids who did get like successful and shit, but like I think it's rare.
I think so too, because I think, well, for one, the popular kids are usually like the hot kids, right? And so they don't have to develop personality because they're just hot. I was ugly as fuck.
What?
So ugly. I wish I had photos and we could show them on here. I was the ugliest, like pretty much from like 8 to like 21.
What?
I'm serious.
Really?
Yeah. I wasn't ugly at 21, but I was just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, you were kind of coming into yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I was hideous though for like years. I had like crooked teeth, huge eyebrows, like I looked like a dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I'd date that dude.
What about you? Were you popular growing up?
Not like, I wasn't like the man.
Yeah.
But I was kind of like that nigga's hilarious. Let's go.
You were always funny.
Yeah, like, let's go over there and see what this crazy nigga talking about.
Were you getting in trouble a lot? Like, were you like class clown guy?
Yeah, I was like bad.
Really?
Like, I've made like teachers like quit and shit. I'm like,
shut up.
I was like the worst. Like, student, like smart, like I finish all my work, but then it's like, all right, so now what? Now I'm bored.
You made teachers quit.
Yeah. I remember making Miss Weinstock quit, my art teacher. Like,
how do you know it was because of you?
Cause I would talk shit like all the fucking time or whatever, and then I would just drive her crazy. She'd be like, I can't handle this. She was like, you out my class now. I'd be like, well, Miss Weinstock, all I said was this bitch can't. Like I don't know.
I had one teacher that I loved to antagonize when I was in high school. It was my French teacher. Yeah. And I don't know what it was about her. She was this like kind of bitchy old lady. Mm-hmm. And there's just something about her that rubbed me the wrong way. And in that class, the more I would antagonize her, the more I would make all the kids laugh. That's really how I like fell in love with making people laugh. So I would like learn like awful phrases in French with like swear, like say things like, you know, your dad's a pussy or whatever. But in French.
How do you say that?
I don't remember now. I don't remember now. But I would learn it. And I was so bad at French that I would come in and I would fuck up everything, the whole class. And then I'd be like, I did practice this one thing though. I did learn how to say your dad's a pussy. And then I'd say it. And then she'd get so angry and she'd yell and her face would
class be like, ah!
Yeah, it was awesome. Her face would turn so red. And then she'd always send me out of the class and I'd have to go to the principal's office. And I think my principal deep down though just like thought it was hilarious.
Fucked with you. Yeah.
Don't you think the principal half the time, if I was a principal half the time, I'd just be like, this shit is awesome. Like, it's so funny.
Okay, so like I remember in like 12th grade, this teacher named Miss Manuel, the meanest dean ever. And they had a talent show coming up. And she was like, I went to the office, whatever, and I was sitting there, and then she was like, she was at the like, tell me a joke. And she was like, it's so funny, tell me a damn joke. And I was at the like, all right. And then so I was like, so I'm from like a gang related like neighborhood or whatever. So I was like, yeah, man. So this dude was like, hey man, I'm from the 60s. And I was like, fuck the 60s. And the 60s is a gang. He was like, I'm from the 60s. And I was like, fuck the 60s. He was like, nigga, what? He was like, why you say that? And I was like, oh, because my mom was born in the 60s and this and this and that. And then she just laughed. She thought it was the funniest shit ever. Cause like I don't know, but it was just dope to make that mean bitch laugh and shit like that. And then she told me to join the talent show, but I never did do it.
You didn't? You were never in a talent show?
I auditioned, but I never did actually do the show.
Oh, you bailed?
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. What were you doing? Chasing pussy?
No, so funny. In high school, I wasn't even like a pussy chaser.
Really?
No. What? I was like a late bloomer. Bro.
What were you doing in high school?
Just being.
Just fucking off?
No, just being kind of silly, like just being stupid.
I like that. I like guys that don't start getting into girls till later. They're kind of.
Yeah, like I didn't lose my virginity till I was like 20.
Really?
Yeah.
So wait, did you go to college? Mm-hmm. So it was in college then?
But even in college, I wasn't even getting like mad pussy. I kind of just recently started getting a lot of attention.
Wait, is that because the roast battle?
No,
it's your body, dude. This guy, your body. It's
definitely not my face.
Your body, no, your face is hot. Your body is retarded. Like
dumb.
And you know what I love is that I fucking love this about you, that you will post photos of you naked in your underwear on stage with no shirt on, and I look at it and I go, fuck yeah, finally, like a hot dude that's doing this shit.
Dude, Kate does it. Why I can't do it?
Thank you. No, but everybody gives me, but you know what's funny is that's why I love when you do it, because so many people have given me shit about it, and I'm just like, who gives a fuck? Like, it's just every once in a while.
And none of this shit matters anyway.
Exactly. It doesn't. But
all things matter.
How are you? So were you always in shape like this?
No, I mean, kind of like athletic.
Did you play sports?
Yeah, but I played football for a little bit, but I played baseball and everything. But I was always just in like, my cousins used to have like weights and shit in the house, and I would fuck around. And
I thought you were gonna say steroids. My cousins used to have steroids in the house. I would fuck around. I'm like, it's working. You look amazing.
Yeah. So, I was always just kind of into, like, just athletic, like, weight training and all this shit. And then I recently started boxing.
Yeah. I heard from a friend who was on the last episode, Jen Sturger. Mm-hmm. She goes, you got to ask Jamar about this. First time I ever met him, he showed me a picture of his dick.
I did?
Yeah, that's what she said.
What?
You didn't do that? You don't remember? I thought it would kind of stand out.
I know. I mean, I've showed so many people my dick, but I don't remember showing Jen Sturger my dick.
Why? What? Like, okay, can you just explain to me how it happens that you meet someone and somehow end up showing them a dick photo? And by the way, she said it lovingly, so it must be a fantastic dick.
Man, it's a dope dick.
Is it?
It's a dope dick.
I'm surprised.
See, look. What you think about that?
I'm surprised that you haven't tweeted a photo of your dick before, to be honest with you.
You know what's so funny is that, like, even, like, within all the craziness, it's like there's still, like, a professional type. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to send them out and shit like that, but then I got older and I got smarter, and I was like, no, nigga, you can't just be sending your dick out everywhere.
Yeah, you should try not to. Although,
but I'll show you on my phone.
Okay, yeah. If you could get that out real quick.
I don't have one on my phone right now. Oh,
you don't?
No,
you don't
not
keep
on my phone
one?
right now. No.
I don't keep nudes either because I feel like it's tacky to recycle them. So when I start seeing somebody new, I take new ones. Mm-hmm. I think it's just I'm not gonna lie. I have like one or two really good ones on hand just in case of like I need a really big apology. You know?
Yeah.
Like when I really fuck up and I gotta like send out like the trump card.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's funny that you've just shown it randomly.
Yeah,
to so
I
many
used to
people.
show that shit all the fucking time. I used to be like, hey, man, want to see a picture of my niece? And then I'd be like, bah. Oh, my God. Your niece got a big-ass dick. Your niece is all dick.
Oh, my God. So how did you get into stand-up? I don't even know.
I mean, I've always wanted to do it since I was a kid and shit. Yeah, I was younger, and when my football dreams failed, like when I was like 11, and I was like, you know what?
I like that your football dreams failed at 11.
Yeah, because I used to play a lot of flag football. Then when I started playing Pop Warner, where you have to tackle people, and I was like, oh, I'm not.
You're like, I don't want to get hurt.
These niggas with nothing want it too bad.
That's hilarious. I still play. Do you ever play for fun?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, me too. I love playing football. We should get a league going, actually.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Wouldn't that be fun? Like
at least
league?
like a flag football.
Yeah. Well, girls can tackle.
Yeah. Okay.
Girls can tackle, guys can't.
Okay. Cool.
Because that's really what part of the fun of playing is just getting to tackle guys. I like to take all my aggression on men out on guys in sports. That's really what I do.
What other sports do you play? I know you play tennis.
I do. I play volleyball.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny you said you box because I used to kickbox with Ahmed. Like I used to go to the beach and we would like train and kickbox and stuff. I love that shit.
Yeah.
I kind of want to join a boxing gym.
Yeah, I go to Fortune Boxing Gym.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Pacquiao trains there sometimes. Pacquiao, shout out to Fortune Boxing Gym.
So all right, so you at 11, you were like, I'm not gonna play football. I'm gonna do stand up.
It was like. Well, I kind of always knew that I wanted to do stand-up, but then I was really good at football, too, when I was a kid, and I was like, well, let's see how this works out.
Got it.
And then at that time, like, when I just quit, and I was like, you know, I'll just be a football player in something one day. Like,
that's hilarious. You're like, I'll play a football player?
Yeah, how about that?
Well, you're pretty close. I mean, I feel like you're pretty much doing that on the roast battle. You get very athletic.
Yeah, hell yeah. Stupid athletic.
All right, so now suddenly you're swimming in pussy, apparently.
No. But it, no.
What's the longest relationship you've ever had? Are you counting days? Or are you counting months? What's going on over there?
It was like 4.5, 5 years.
Oh, wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's serious.
Mm-hmm.
I like that you just had to count it out, though.
Yeah. I was like, man, how long did I waste my time?
Oh, shit. When was that?
It was from 18 through 23. It was an off and on thing.
18 to 23?
Yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 30.
Oh, damn. You look good.
Thanks. You look good. Yeah, man. So like 4.5, 5 years and shit. I still stalk her on Instagram.
You do?
Know. She doesn't know.
You still stalk her on Instagram?
Yeah, because she got like married and shit. And I'm like, well, how that shit working out?
Shut up, for real? Yeah. Why did that end?
We just kind of grew apart.
Yeah, because you were so young.
Yeah.
And then since then, any girlfriends? Yeah, I don't think you've had a girlfriend since I've known you. Not like serious. Maybe you have.
I've had a girlfriend or two.
You have?
But not like nothing that intense. Like as intense as that 5-year thing.
How do you meet girls? Do you go on dating apps? Or?
I've tried Tinder and Soul Swipe.
What is Soul Swipe?
It's black Tinder. What it sound like?
Shut up. Can I get on it? Do you have to be black?
Do you like? It depends on what you into.
I mean,
kill it on Soul Swipe.
I love black guys.
You'd kill it on Soul Swipe.
That's a real thing? Holy shit, you guys, I'm downloading right now.
Do you kill it on Tinder?
Well, I use Tinder. Listen, let me be honest with you. Every girl that's not ugly
kills it on Tinder.
You swipe on Tinder, it's just match. That's all you get are matches. So, I mean, yeah, but I don't often actually go out with these guys. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
I remember.
What?
I remember going on a Tinder date and spending like $300.
What?
And you didn't get no pussy.
Where'd you go?
Okay, so first we started off at Sal's Comedy Hole.
Oh, wow. Great start. For those of you who don't know, Sal's Comedy Hole is exactly like it sounds, a fucking hole. You can catch me there tomorrow at 8. Just kidding. Sal's Comedy Hole.
Shout out to Sal's.
Sal's Comedy Hole is a comedy club kind of in the back of a coffee shop. Right?
The food is delicious.
The food is amazing. So you took her there for dinner, or you had a show?
No, it was in the morning. It was like afternoon. It was like 12. So we had like mimosas and shit. And then I was like, it was really, you're really.
I'm really installing Soul Swipe while we talk right now.
I met a chick on Soul Swipe, and I was like, tell me something. I'll get back to the.
Yeah, please.
And I was like, tell me. She was like, tell me something about yourself or whatever. And I was like, all right. Or she was like, tell me a secret or something. And I was like, all right. I forgot what the fuck I told her, but I was like, you tell me something. She was like, all right, I've had 2 abortions in the last year.
Shut up.
I put that on my life, nigga. I put that shit on my life.
Are you serious?
Yeah, this bitch is named Aisha or something.
I love that you're giving her name. Her Soul Swipe name is Aisha Loves Dick 86. Why the fuck would you? I guess she's telling you that so that you don't have to worry that she's gonna have your baby if you knock her up. Like, who says that?
That bitch was like, I had 2 abortions in the last year.
Oh my god!
I was like, damn.
Good lord. Ugh.
Were they twins?
And then when you fucked her, how was it?
I fucked the baby out that bitch.
Okay, so back to your Tinder date. So you're at Sal's Comedy Hole having lunch.
So I'm at Sal's Comedy Hole and I'm having lunch, whatever, and the date's good, you know. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh man, I've never tricked off on a girl before. Just let me see how that. Let me see how that is.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Tricked off on a
girl. For the white people, what the fuck does that? What is tricked off?
Oh, tricked off on a girl is like I've never spent like a.
Oh, spent a bunch of money. Got it.
So it was kind of my. It was an experiment for me.
You wanted to try it.
Yeah, and I was like, what happens if you spend $300 on a girl?
Versus how much do you typically spend on a date? What's a typical date for you? Like drinks?
I don't. Damn, do I even go on dates? Do I just take them back to the crib? Shit. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what.
Okay, but we'll say typically you don't spend a lot.
Let's say like $50, $100.
Okay.
Anyway, so I was like, all right. I was like, well, let me see. And I was like, hey, this date is going great. You want to you want to do something else? She was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm free all day. And I was like,
she must have really liked you, because I'm usually like, yeah, I have 1 hour to give you of my day, and then I got to get the fuck out of here. That's it.
Yeah, it is. So I was like, all right, so we go to Sky Zone.
Is that like a skydiving thing?
No, it's a trampoline park.
Oh, fun. Where's that?
In the valley.
Nice. That's a great move for a dude to take a chick there.
Yeah, it was hella fun.
I'm sure.
It was.
What was she wearing?
Just like some little joggers or some shit.
Okay.
Like, and then so I was like, all right. After that, I was like, so what you want to do now? And then she was like, I don't know. I was like, you want to go to the beach? And then she was like, and I was like, oh, let's go to Santa Monica Pier. So we went to Santa Monica Pier and shit, right? All right, so this is when I knew that I wasn't about to, this shit was not about to happen. So, thinking of Santa Monica Pier, you ever been there?
Of course, yeah.
You know the Ferris wheel?
Yep.
So we was on the Ferris wheel, right? We was all the way at the top.
Oh, shit.
And I tried to, like, scoot in and shit. And I tried to, like, you know, finger banger. No.
Did you really?
No, I tried to.
That sounds so great to me, to be honest with you.
Finger bang
on the fucking top of the Ferris wheel? That's a great idea.
I wish I had a pussy so I get finger banged. Shit.
Damn.
So I tried to move in and shit, and then she moved out of the way.
No.
And I was like, what? And then she just started snapping or whatever, right? And then she snapped everything, but then when she got to me, she kind of like stopped it or whatever. So,
no way.
So I'm gonna get in the snap.
Oh shit.
And I was like, oh fuck.
That means she's got some other situation or something going on. She didn't want you in there.
Yeah. So then I was like, fuck. I don't even think I'm all right. So after that, we went to the to Joe's Crab Shack or not Joe's Crab Shack, the Boiling Crab or whatever, the crawfish.
Oh
shit,
yeah, that place on the pier.
No. It's like in like Koreatown somewhere. It was like
holy shit. Like wait, for people that don't live in LA, you went from Sal's Comedy Hole to the Valley, which is in traffic like an hour and a half fucking drive, to Santa Monica Pier, which in traffic is another hour, now to Koreatown, which in traffic is another hour. You've done like 400 miles on this date.
Yep. I started driving for Uber like after that.
Oh my God.
I know that. Yeah, so I went there or whatever, and then we ate and shit. And then so I just dropped her off at home and nothing.
What about?
And then I saw her. And then I saw her. Where did I see her? I don't know, but that bitch was still on Tinder. I hit her up on Tinder, and again, and she didn't respond. And I was at the like, okay, so that's what happens when you trick off on a chick.
No, wait a minute. Did you kiss?
No, nothing.
Not even a kiss goodnight.
Nigga, nothing.
Oh
nothing.
shit! Let me ask you this: if she had just kissed you goodnight, then would you have left feeling like, all right, next time
I'm a fuck?
Yeah. Or would you have still been like?
I would still been pissed though. If something had happened like on the Ferris wheel or some shit like that.
I am surprised that after the Ferris wheel, you still took her all the way to Koreatown for dinner.
For me, it was an experiment.
Right.
It was like if I spend $300 or if I spend this amount of money on a girl, do you get the pussy at the end? It was like I was writing like a thesis paper.
I get it. You know what? I have to say, it's cool. It's cool that happened though, because the truth is, guys think they have to spend a lot of money on dates to get laid. It has nothing to do with how much money you spend. Here, if a guy doesn't pay for me, though, like I went out on a date with a guy, we were kind of friends, okay? Like we'd hung out 3 or 4 times as like friends, but I could tell something might happen. And then one night we started like flirty texting, right? Like sexting a little bit. And then I was like, oh, next time we hang out, we'll probably end up hooking up. The next time we went out, he starts making out with me, and then the bill comes, and he doesn't pay.
Oh, nigga, come on, bro.
So then in my mind, I was a little confused because I was like, wait, we're kind of making out, but we had been friends before, and we'd always split checks because we'd always just hung out as friends. But now, once I kiss a guy, in my mind, you just turned into like the man on this, like whatever this is, and you got to pay. So it kept me from hooking up with him because in my head, I was like, oh, I'm still in the friend zone even though we just made out. Like I was so confused.
Why would you not pay for dinner? I don't understand that.
I mean, I guess he was trying to be like, yo, we're friends. Just because this just happened doesn't mean this is gonna be I think guys sometimes do it to like delineate, because guys.
To you?
Yeah.
Yo, fine ass.
Well, I'm not. Thank you. I'm not saying he wouldn't have fucked me. I'm saying sometimes I think that guys want to draw a line like, hey, this is just going to be dick. If you want it, it's not going to be dating, so I'm not paying or whatever. Guys do this to me all the time, Jamar.
I ain't gonna even.
I am like either a side chick all the time or like just a girl guys want to bang but not really date for whatever reason. So I get this often that like I'll hook up with a guy, but they'll be really careful to like make it clear through their actions that that's all it is. But it's probably my fault.
What do you want?
Well, now I just finally like came out. I just finally came out on the show and said that I really do want to like actually date someone for real. I don't want to necessarily like move in, get married. Like I'm not ready.
You want to spend your time with somebody.
But I want something more than just like to go fuck somebody. Yeah.
Winter's coming. It is cuffing season. It is cuffing season.
Well, that's the thing, though. I don't cuddle. Are you a big cuddler? Because I don't cuddle unless I really fucking like somebody.
I can. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can.
It's okay if you don't.
No. I do. Like, I like that affection and shit. But this is what it is. I'll cuddle and shit, but if I fall asleep, bitch, you over there and I'm over here.
Oh, yeah. I think that's how everybody is. Once you're asleep, it's like, get off.
Oh, he's a cuddler.
Girls fall in love. I always say that girls fall in love with the cuddling, not like the sex or anything else. I feel like it's
how the nigga holds you afterwards or during.
It's for me. It's if I can sleep, because I have trouble sleeping somewhere that I'm not like if I'm not at home. So if let's say we hook up and I try to stay over, 90% of the time I'm kind of like sleeping with one eye open type thing. Like I never really get sleep at a dude's place, which is why I don't stay over. If I stay and I sleep, really sleep, that means I like you so much that my brain let me like shut down and go to sleep.
Wow.
So that I know if I fall asleep with a guy, I'm like, oh fuck, this one, I really like this one. That's why I never chance it and I never stay over.
Yeah. Well, it's good, which is good. Get out.
Get out while you can, right?
Get out.
That's so funny that I'm on Soul Swipe now. Do you have any advice for me on Soul Swipe for things that I can list in my bio to win?
You could just put, I'm white.
That's hilarious. Okay, so you spent $300 on the chick and you found out. Well, that's good. See, it's all about actions. It's all about actions.
But I kind of already, I kind of always kind of knew that, and I always thought that guys who spent a gang of money on. I mean, it's also like how you spend it on the chick though. Like if I don't know.
No, you're right. You're totally right.
Yeah, like I feel like it's kind of how you spend it too.
Well, like here's a great example. I went out with a guy one time, and all we did was go out for drinks. You know, it was nothing big. So what is that? $50 or 3 drinks in LA or whatever. $50, something like that. It's not a ton of money. But then on the way home, we stopped at like a CVS or something. He wanted to grab some stuff, so we stopped at like a Walgreens, and we were walking through, and I picked up a pillow pet. Like the dumbest fucking thing, like they'll light up pillow pet. I was like, oh my God, these things are so cute. My nephew has one. I was like, look at what it does. I turned it on, it like flashlights on the ceiling. He was like, cool, get it. And I was like, no, I don't need to spend money on that. He's like, no, I'm gonna buy it for you. This guy bought it. It's $10. I thought of that guy every time I looked at that fucking pillow pet forever.
I would do something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of sweet.
It's so sweet, and that's it. It's like it's not expensive, but it was just because like in that moment, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get this for you.
A lot of chicks I found out too be just going out for niggas just for the meals. Like,
I know girls that do that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know a lot of girls. Like I have girlfriends who are broke, and they're like, I go on a date every day because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
They don't give up
no hole, no nothing.
I never do that, but I kind of have a rule about it. Like if a guy buys me a drink, I will sit with him at the bar and have that drink, and I won't walk away till that drink is gone. Like I feel guilty if a guy offers to buy you a drink, you buy it, he buys it, and then you're just like, cool, peace, and you walk off. But I won't let him buy me a second drink if I'm not into him. If I wouldn't go out with him. That's it.
Yeah.
Do you buy strangers drinks at bars?
No.
That's good.
I have before because I had never done it before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you just like to experiment all the time?
Yeah, I'm like that kind of person where I'm just like, let me see what this does. Like,
what do you find to be the most effective way of getting a girl to respond then? If you just want to get some.
If I just want to get some.
Because I know one thing that you do that cracks me up, by the way, and this is when I really started to really like you. When you go on like Twitter and he'll just tweet shit like, who wants to come over with that pussy? Or like, who wants to, like, he'll literally just tweet like,
hey, I'm horny. Who trying to fuck?
It is so funny, by the way.
Nobody ever responds either.
I was wondering, has anyone ever been like, yeah, I'm down?
No.
Not once ever?
No. Even with all the vagina, I'm like, no. I don't know. It never really works.
Why are you suddenly so popular with the ladies? I can tell something's going on.
You know what it is, but a lot of them like, I don't know, because they probably think that I'm like somebody, but I'm.
Oh, it's because you're Twitter verified.
Yeah, because of the.
You got that check mark. People like, oh shit.
But it's not. But I don't get like a gang of girls, but then like the past 5 years though. But this year has been very slow.
If you guys could see his face, he just lit up like a fucking Christmas tree.
I'm trying to be political with these answers.
Why? Who cares? Look, on the last episode, I talked about how I broke my 30-day challenge, and I was trying to go 30 days without sex, and I made it to day 6, and then I fucked somebody that I really shouldn't have.
Are you a nympho?
Kinda.
Yeah.
I mean, I am in my 30s. Women in their 30s are so fucking horny. Do you remember how horny you are when you were like 17?
Yeah.
That's what it's like when you're like it's crazy, Jamar. And I don't fuck a lot of guys. I really don't. I mean, on this podcast, it sounds like I do. I really
But you probably fuck certain guys a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
I think that's more me.
It is?
Yeah. Not guys, Paul.
Sure.
Paul.
Paul.
Paul's. I think that's what it is. Like, it's like, oh, certain girls, whatever. But, I mean, these women are catching on to me, man. Slowing down.
What do you mean they're catching on to you? They realize you're hitting it with a bunch of chicks, you mean?
They you know what happens to me is like, it's like I could be not fucking or whatever and tell a girl that I'm like, no, I don't want to do anything tonight. And they think that I'm going out to go fuck another chick. And then a lot of times what happens to me is that a lot of girls think that I'm fucking everybody so they don't fuck me.
Yeah.
So that shit happens too.
Well,
but the way I'm talking on this podcast, though, shit, you would think.
Here's the thing. Guys sometimes can shoot themselves in the foot by being elusive. Like, I was dating a guy, and I think what it is guys want the girl to think, like, that they got options and stuff, so it makes the girl want them more. But the problem is, like, sometimes, like, we can't help it. Our mind goes to here. If we're dating, and I'm like, yo, what are you doing tonight? Can I come over? And you're like, oh, I got plans. If you don't say what the plans are, I just assume you have a date. I assume it's another girl. Yeah, I really do.
Now, okay, that... So what are you doing tonight? Can I come over? And I'd be like, no. And he'd be like, oh, he must be fucking somebody else. That pussy know me better than I know myself.
What?
That's a Drake. No. But a lot of times, like when I get that text, like a lot of times I really just want to be by myself.
No, 100%. But then, if I was a guy, I'm just saying you should just be like, you know what? I'd love to see you tonight, but I got a super early morning. Or I'd love to see you tonight, but I promised my boy, blah, blah, blah. I would make a reason even if it's not true.
Oh, okay, but if he's just very vague with it, you're like, this nigga got some other pussy on the way.
That's it. Or my biggest pet peeve is when guys are like, maybe can we play it by ear? Because when a guy says to me, play it by ear,
like, all right, let me see what these hoes talking about.
That's it. I assume I'm like your third choice, or like if I can't fuck somebody else, I'll hit you up. That's what I think, and I think that's what every girl thinks, and I think guys know we think that.
Well, yeah. It's sometimes it is. I can only speak for myself, and but sometimes it is that. But a lot of times it's like, I mean, let me see how I'm feeling, man. And sometimes I just be tired.
Yeah, that's true.
And sometimes I just don't want to be bothered, you know. Especially, you know, I don't feel like fucking.
When does that happen?
Pussy is the shit. But it's like, it ain't, I'm like, that shit ain't my life. I mean, I got other shit.
And it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's like, well, I'm kind of some work. Because if I come over...
What makes you work?
Well, because, I mean, like, I expect a lot of orgasms if I'm coming over. If I'm coming over, I'm not coming over for you to, like, come in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Man. I expect at least an hour.
For real?
Yeah.
Man, let me hit the blunt and I get right back to you. Hit the blunt and get right back to you.
Like, there's nothing worse to me than if I like drive to somebody's house and and here's the thing guys don't understand too, and this is part of the play by ear thing. Can I just tell you to be real with you? Because guys probably don't think of this shit. When a guy says, can we just play it by ear? Okay, guys can play it by ear because if you're gonna fuck, you're gonna hop in the shower and then you're gonna fuck. That's it. When a girl knows she's gonna fuck you, she's gonna like shave, maybe she's gonna put on her like extra expensive lotion that makes her like super soft. She's gonna do her hair, she's gonna come over, she's gonna do all this shit to look cute. And then if you decide, not in the mood at the last minute, and then she did all that work and she's not gonna fuck you.
Is she gonna go fuck somebody else?
Usually, if I do all that work to get ready and then a guy blows me off, I find something to do because I'm like, I don't want to waste it. I got ready. I might not fuck someone else, but I'll at least hit up another guy to like hang out. Yeah.
Yeah. And then play it by ear from there.
Touche. I mean, there's some playing by ear.
Yo, let's talk about this has been happening to me though. Let's talk about women teasing niggas. Dudes, guys.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
What's up with that?
What do you mean?
So, all right.
Be specific. No one's listening that knows you.
All right, I don't give a fuck. So I go over I go over somebody hits me up at 3:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And they go, "Hey, I'm up and I'm bored." And
I'm bored.
And I was like, and then dudes was like, it's like, "Are you up?" Yeah, I'm up. I was halfway asleep, whatever. But
I can't believe your phone goes off at 3:30. You check it.
Yeah. My shit be like, like I be waiting for that shit. So so I was like, all right. So I said, well, what you doing or whatever? She goes, and I go, where you live? And then she goes, oh, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, okay, that's only a couple minutes for me. And then I was like, give me 20 minutes.
Can I just get a little background? Is this somebody you've hung with before?
Hung with like
have you hooked up at all?
No.
Nothing, but you know each other. You've met. Okay.
But I can tell that there's like
some chemistry or something's up. Yeah.
So 3:30 in the morning, so I was like, all right, blah blah blah. So she was like, by the way, we're not gonna have sex. And I was like, cool. I was like, cool as in we'll see.
Yeah. By the way, that's like the most famous last words a girl can say. By the way, we're not gonna have
sex.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool. So I go over there and shit. And go over, go up there and her house is dark and shit. She has a roommate or whatever, and the house is dark. And this bitch comes out. Excuse me, this chick comes. I'm from the hood. That's how I talk.
It's fine. All
right, cool.
It's fine.
All right, so this chick comes out or whatever, and she has like these short shorts on and shit, and like the fucking halter top and all this shit. And I was like, all right. So I was like, all right, whatever. That's probably what she's sleeping. She took me to her room. And in the dark, laid in the fucking bed. And she was like, get in. And I was like, all right. Getting in the bed and shit. And so she started talking to me about like sex and shit like that. So I was like, all right, well, that's what's up and blah, blah, blah. So I tried to make my moves and shit. She was like, no.
What?
No. And
nothing.
And I was like, all right, well, I said, so I tried something else. And then she's like, no. He's like, I told you we're not going to have sex. And I was like, well, bitch, why are you letting me do this and this and this and that?
Did you ask her? Why did you invite me over here and bring me into your bed if you weren't trying to fuck?
Nah, I didn't say that, but I figured that it's like, I don't know.
The only thing I can think of is she likes you. And thought somehow she got you over and kind of teased you, but didn't fuck you, and then left you with that and make you want her more, and maybe you'd hit her. I mean, I think that's so weird because I would never do that. But
just like grow up, man, and just fuck.
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
I know it's different for girls.
No, I mean,
it's always different for girls.
It is different for girls. Here's the thing. I say this all the time. Like, it's easier for me to fuck a guy I don't really like than to fuck a guy I like, because I know me and I know if I like him that once we hook up,
I'm gonna have feelings.
There is the potential for crazy, because once you catch feelings and the guy doesn't feel it back is when the girl starts to like go a little cuckoo. So I avoid hooking up with guys I really like. So, but here's the thing: I would never invite a dude over at 3:30 in the morning.
And not fuck him?
Not fuck him ever. There's no reason. I can't think of one reason I would do that unless it's like my gay best friend. I just want to talk. Are you guys good friends?
We're cool.
Because if you're friends, I mean, maybe she really was bored. Was she like coked out or something? Because I'm just like, maybe she's just wide awake and bored, but I still wouldn't bring you in bed with me.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird. I mean, I can see, there are guys that I flirt with and send like photos back and forth with, and we like sext a little bit, but I maybe wouldn't hook up with them. But there's no way I.
But why? But that's even a form of teasing. Is it to feel like your attention like the.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I have a couple guy friends who I know I'm not going to hook up with it, but so do they. I'm honest about it. I'm like, we're not going to hook up. I'm not into you that way. But sometimes they'll bug me for photos.
Yeah.
And so I do have a few guy friends. I'm like, look, if I send you a photo, you're friend zoned. Because if I let you see me naked, but in a non-sexual way before we've hooked up, then you automatically are friend zoned for life. So if you're cool with that, you can have the picture. If you're not cool with that, don't ask me for a photo ever again. I do that because most guys are like, cool, then I don't want it. But a few times my guy friends have been like, cool, I'll be friend zone for life. I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, okay.
Just send me the photo.
Yeah, so then I have a couple guy friends that when I'm not dating anyone and I just need a little validation, sometimes I'll just be like, hey, I have no one to send this to here. And it's nice because then they'll write back like, oh, you're so hot, whatever. It makes me feel good. It makes them feel good.
What
Everybody's
kind of
happy.
Pictures?
Well, you know, just like
bikinis and shit.
Or you know.
Oh, damn.
It depends. But
Man,
like when I'm really working out,
trying to get in that friend zone.
You and I don't think we could do it. We have too much sexual tension.
Fuck. I know, right? Oh God.
So how about this? That was a pretty good failed attempt at getting laid. But can you think of like the worst date you've ever been on? I mean, you've kind of already told two.
The $300 one.
I was thinking that $300 and no pussy. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Has there been any other crazy dates? Have you had any crazy like fans or stalkers or anything since you've been kind of blowing up? You took your shirt off on TV and shit?
I did. I would take my shirt off in a minute.
I know.
That's all I am.
I like that. And I like that about you.
Crazy fans. No, not really.
Oh, that's good. No stalkers?
No, I'm not popping like that.
Have you ever had a bitch go crazy on you and like break your shit or punch you or anything nuts? You can tell, by the way, that I'm in like really awful relationships because I think this is normal.
Because you do all this.
No, I've never punched a guy. I've never hit a guy ever. And I've also never shown up. There was only one guy I ever dated that I showed up at his house uninvited, only one time. And we were like pretty seriously dating. And that's it.
I'm trying to think. A crazy girl. I mean, no, not really. Y'all all crazy.
Excuse you. We are not all crazy. We are just emotion driven.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
And sensitive.
That's such a weird like male male and female. Like that's such a weird difference. Logical and you're emotional. And so it's like what. It's such a...
You know what it is? I'll tell you exactly what it is. You know Jackson McQueen, right?
Yeah, that's my boy.
Jackson's one of my good friends, right? Jackson gave me this talk one time, and it like changed my whole perspective on men and women. And this is it. Women are verbal, right? Super, super verbal. That's why we talk so much and shit. Women are all about words. Guys are all about action, period.
Yeah.
So... when you say shit to a girl, like guys know.
Say that again. Wait. What did he say?
Women are all about words. Men are all about actions. That's why like guys love like, A woman could never say anything to you, but if she just cooks for you and shows up in lingerie and like gives you a massage, like guys are in love, right? Women, we want words. We want guys to validate us with words. Yeah. And so what happens is guys know this, so they know what to say to keep you coming back. And women, because we're verbal, we hear the words and we go, oh, he says he loves me. That's why women that get beat by men, the guys can just go, but I love you. I'll never do it again. I'm sorry. And women hear the words instead of paying attention to the actions. So women always come back for words. So when a guy says, no, baby, I love you, there's nobody else, we're like, oh, he means that because he said it. There could be a bunch of chicks. But you say it, girls just pay attention to words. And Jackson was like, if women paid attention to actions, the whole game would change.
Oh, damn.
He's like, if you never listen to a dude's words and you only base the relationship on what he actually does, the whole power would shift. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's my new thing. Actions.
That's real.
Ignore all the words. And for guys, you should listen to the words, because women, when we say shit, we mean it.
Wow.
So when she says, I'm not going to fuck you, she probably means it.
But then there's this. Yeah, but then there's this. There's girls who say that and then they end up fucking you.
Yeah, well, there's other factors like alcohol. That happened to me the other night. I was like, I'm done. I was like, no matter what, I'm not fucking you. And then fast forward to 2 drinks later, and I'm like,
your ass is in this nigga face.
Oh, man, Jamar, I love you so much.
I love you more, baby.
This is a really entertaining episode.
She just heard those words. I love you, too. No, not like that.
Fuck. Jamar and I are dating now, and we're in love, so that's good. Jamar, where can people find you and follow you?
Ooh, on social media at Jamar Neighbors.
Yeah, you guys should check him out. He's absolutely fucking hilarious. And ladies, he does post really hot photos. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm just a goof troop.
You're awesome. You're the best. I'm gonna start texting you at 3:30 in the morning and come over, but we're not fucking.
Yeah, oh my god.
So you're welcome.
Oh my god.
Guys, I'm Kate Quigley. This was Date Fails. Of course, we'll be back next week. So tune in again. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Dude, you're awesome.